Let me give you a full breakdown on how to properly apply and utilize a knee on belly in a grappling situation. Now, this could be for sport, this could be for self-defense, but I want to kind of break this down into 3 categories. One, how to actually establish knee on belly first. Number 2, how to maintain knee on belly to where I can control this person at all times. And then number 3, how do we progress from knee on belly once we've controlled the person and we can move on from there. So when we're looking to establish knee on belly, a lot of times you'll see this off of a side control position. Now, the mistake I tend to see people do is they pop up like a surfboard, meaning that I'm going to post out my hands, quickly pop up and work up to a knee on belly. Nothing wrong with that other than the fact that I just completely relieved all that pressure. The idea of knee on belly and the goal behind it is to create a lot of downward pressure on this person to get them to calm down, slow down to where then I can start progressing, right? So for that brief moment that I'm posting and exploding up like this, it doesn't seem like a long time, but if you've got a good experienced grappling, I'll go ahead. He can start clearing and it can make a hassle for me to get to that knee on belly, and it's gonna put us into a bit of a scrambled position. So in a perfect world, if I can get to a good side control position, I'll take my knee on belly leg and I'll just pick it up and drive my shin across their gut. At this point, once I've got that leg in place, I'll take my other leg, post up on my foot, and now as I go to release the side control or underhook and crossface, I'll start shifting my weight back onto the leg. But at no point did I relieve the pressure. I went from his chest down to his gut, but it was a steady flow of pressure the entire time. Now, once we've gotten into this place, number 1, we'll talk about the hands. My hands gotta be doing something, right? When I get up into this knee on belly, he's gonna be fighting me. He's gonna be trying to clear this knee. He's gonna be trying to shrimp out. So I have to get right away ready to fight his hands. This could be something as simple as just posting his hands down. I could post his hands up on front. I could put a hand on his chest and a hand on his leg, but my hands need to actively be doing something to either control his limbs or to start creating more pressure, which we'll talk about in the next part. My leg itself, we call this knee on belly. I'm not literally driving like my knee down like this. I'm utilizing my shin to go across his gut. Could you place it on the sternum or the chest? Absolutely. Both of those work just fine. The diaphragm I have found creates the most discomfort and pressure to where I can really get this person to calm down. So I want my shin across their entire diaphragm. My foot is ideally up on the ball of my foot. If at any point I put this foot down like this and he explodes up into me, that foot's gonna slide right off because I can't really base out on the top of my foot. So when I have the ball of my foot down and he goes to drive up into me, I can literally stand up. So if he really explodes all the way up, I can literally just stand up on that foot and then drive that leg right back across and keep him right back down. I wanna make sure that I'm not leaning too far this way to where if he explodes the other way, I'm gonna fall right off as well. Because again, I have to maintain control myself. So I wanna stay vertical as much as possible. I'm on the ball of the foot. I got my shin across. My other leg, avoid being near his head. I don't wanna give him any opportunity to scoop that leg to where he can start disrupting my own balance. So I wanna have this foot out far enough to where I can start driving this pressure down below. Now, once I've gotten into this position, again, get your hands involved, and now you've established knee on belly. From there, we gotta maintain this. Now, there's a few things I need to do with my feet. Number 1, if he's squirming and moving around, this foot's job is to track his movement and keep myself in this position the entire time. I never want him to explode quickly and my foot ends up close enough to where he can grab it. So I wanna make sure that as he's moving, this foot's tracking him so that I can maintain this pressure at all times, and I'm just, again, following his movements. Another option that we have is I start going from a knee on belly to a reverse knee on belly, meaning that if I'm in this position and he starts really fighting this knee off, instead of picking the leg up or sliding the leg off, if I know I'm gonna lose this pressure, I'm gonna bring in my second leg, even if I go a little bit higher on it, place that knee down, and now I just reverse the position. Again, reverse knee on belly. I'm not gonna stay here too long. I'm gonna continue doing the same thing, create that pressure, and when I have that opportunity, I'm gonna switch right back. So if he's moving around, right, I'm tracking him, he starts really pushing at that knee, I just switch. And it's a very simple movement that allows me to maintain control. Again, think Indiana Jones, right? I'm just switching the sandbag so that I can keep that pressure the entire time. The other option that I have is windshield wipe into the other side. And again, these are all things that you have to do in split moments, and I'm gonna have to be doing it consistently until he calms down. But if, again, he starts kind of really creating that pressure, or I can't really hold on anymore, or I find that he's really trying to turn into me, I'm gonna bring this leg in nice and tight. Again, both legs at the same time. Push down on his chest, ideally, especially if we're talking a street situation, because I wanna keep his shoulders onto the ground. I'm gonna windshield wipe to the other side, and I'm gonna go right into knee on belly on the other side. And again, I repeat the same process. Start posting, start grabbing, scooping his head, whatever I need to do to maintain control. This leg is using as a base and a tracking system to keep him in par. And then again, if I have to switch to reverse knee on belly or windshield wipe back to the other side, that's all completely fine. Now, also part of maintaining control is adding that pressure, because again, my purpose behind the knee on belly is to create some discomfort, make it difficult for him to move, but ultimately I'm trying to drain his energy, let him burn out all his energy, so that in sport it makes it easier for me to hunt for submissions. In street, such as law enforcement, it makes it easier for me to get him into a good cuffing position. Now, ways that I can create pressure, right? I can scoop with the crossface and the underhook, pull him up a little bit, and just drive that knee right down to the ground. And again, I keep his upper body off the ground. So all that pressure is going right down to his core. I can make that even easier by staying in the knee on belly position and just pulling up on his head. Even if I use both arms like this, if I'm using both arms, I'll do like a tie clinch and actually bring my arms onto his chest and just pull his head up. So now, not only does he have to fight my arms to clear his head, he's also got to fight that knee pressure, and it makes it easy for me to just track him with his foot while creating that pressure as well. Last but not least, if you really want to be an asshole, I'm going to scoop the head and scoop the legs. If you're in gi, I can also grab the pants and pull up on the pant legs, but I'm just going to drive. And now if I'm doing this one in particular, you'll actually notice that I posture even more, and I'm really just driving my shin and knee down into his gut again to drain him out completely. So when you can add that pressure with good hand control and good posture, you should ideally be able to hold this person in this position long enough to drain them to where now you can safely move on to the last part, which is progressing from here, right? If he explodes up into me and I want to progress from this position, if I create enough pressure and discomfort where he explodes into me, this can give me an opportunity to secure an underhook. And if we're talking like sport, this is a good opportunity to where now I can stuff the head, step all the way over, and I can actually start looking to hit submissions, and we can kind of go from there. So I can use that knee on belly to kind of bait this underhook position to where now, you know, we can get arm bars, triangle chokes, whatever the case is from there. So from the other angle, right, he explodes up into me, I secure that underhook because he's trying to come up, step over, and we can go from there. I also have the option by controlling his arms that I can literally clear an arm through, shoot, come under, we can get a head and arm triangle. I can keep this leg on here to add pressure to it, or I can work off to the side and just get the finish from there. If he turns away from me, right, he finds that, sorry, real quick, if he's turning up into me and I keep shutting the option down, they might just get desperate and turn the other way. If that's the case, now's a good time for me to release that pressure, let him turn, and I'll come up behind, take the back, secure a gift wrap position, and we can progress that way. Last but not least, if I'm just looking to go to mount, right? I don't want to just throw this foot over and go down to mount. Again, I want to keep a steady pressure the entire time. So instead, I'm going to, one, hunker down, secure this position, take that knee, slide it nice and slow over, staple the knee, now a windshield wipe, and settle back down into mount position. And from there, we progress, taking a position, submission, cuffing position, whatever your objective is depending on your circumstances. So at the end of the day, knee on belly is a control point. It's not a position that I'm looking to hang out long term. I want to create enough pressure and discomfort to where this person will settle down, and it will allow me to progress, again, submissions to points, better positions, cuffing positions, whatever it is your goal is, whether it's for sport or self-defense. Knee on belly is a position that I should get comfortable with and learn how to utilize to my advantage. Stay safe.